North Korea could dismantle its nuclear test as early as today. This is President Trump admits the high-stakes meeting with Kim Jong Un on thin ice.
Well, here to weigh in on this is Fox & Friends Weekend co-host Pete Hegseth. Pete, you think it's going to happen?
I think so. I mean, one of the South Korean leaders puts it at 99.9. You know,
right.
We'll see. They have more inside knowledge than we do. But June 12th, that specific date is not the important part. The important part is the right terms and then coming to the table for the right reasons, which is Kim Jong Un, he wants to maintain his power.
Sure.
He wants to maintain his personal security. And China wants to maintain their leverage, which is why you saw them change their tune. You saw Kim Jong Un change his tune. It was because he went and met with the Chinese, and the Chinese said, we want to keep our bargaining chips, so keep agitating,
right,
because it keeps us relevant, and then we can get better terms on other issues like trade as well.
Sure. And it sounds like John Bolton freaked him out by Kim by something he had said a while back, and that is we're using Libya as the model. Well, when you think about Libya, there was something in 2003 where they gave away their nuke program,
yep,
and then in 2011, that's when essentially Gaddafi was killed and dragged through the streets.
That's right. John Bolton was right and wrong. He was wrong to present that as an example because Muammar Gaddafi ended in a ditch, knifed by his own people. He was correct, though, because he gave up his weapons because of the power of the American military. What he saw happen to Saddam Hussein, he didn't want to happen to him.
Right.
Ended up happening 10 years later. But it was power and pressure that brought him to the table, not concession.
Yeah, it wasn't us that caused the insurrection in their country, but their lack of nuclear weapons allowed us to go in, perhaps. But let's think about this. Kim Jong Un wants a phase out of the denuclear program. Mm-hmm. We want immediate destruction of the denuclear program, making irreversible. Is there some play there, or is that the big question?
I think there is. It sounds like there's some play there.
Mm-hmm.
It's pretty tough to say we're going to load it all up on a cargo ship or a couple of ships and take it all out at one time.
Like the Ukraine and South Africa.
Difficult, much larger program, much more robust in North Korea. So I think but what you can't do is commit the sins of the Iran deal. And if one administration is going to understand that, it's going to be this one. No money up front, no sanctions relief up front. We're not going to put a sunset clause on this. We're not going to allow you to do some testing over here and keep some stuff over here. It's got to be the pathway is to verifiable denuclearization. Maybe there's a phase 1, maybe there's a phase 2, maybe there's a phase 3. If they want to, and they're going to want the economic benefits and all of that. Right. Because as President Trump says, you got to have a carrot. He's got to have a reason to do this. You're going to be rich. You're going to be powerful. Mm-hmm. Your people are going to love you. They're not going to want to stab you in a ditch like Muammar Gaddafi. Exactly. So it's a delicate balance. Maybe phases. Would love to see it happen all front, but just look at what the Iran deal and don't do that.
Right.
And you're probably in good shape.
Why do you think he agreed to this meeting, Kim Jong Un?
Kim Jong Un, I think he wants a picture with the American president.
He's hungry.
Yeah. The sanctions are having massive effect there. There's no doubt. The Chinese have put the screws to him on that. Chinese are still playing a double game, absolutely. And then I think there's probably a point at which the guy who wants to meet with Dennis Rodman and loves NBA basketball and loves Western pop culture probably doesn't love being the guy that has to murder his people all day long. Right. Probably wants some normalization. And let's give it to him if we can make the world safer.
And there was a story from the Far East that he's concerned about a military coup when he leaves the country.
Great point.
Remembers Turkey?
How could you not be?
And so then you've got the President of the United States made it very clear yesterday that if he does denuke, we will make sure that he is protected.
Yeah.
All right, Pete, thank you very much.
Thanks, Pete.
See you on the weekend.
Good job.
All right. Appreciate it.